We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Hello.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from awesome Scottsdale, Arizona.
Today is Jill Friday, and she talks about how 1/3 of our members have actually quit their jobs.
This is so cool.
Both of us are enamored of this.
Yep.
It's not something I ever really just anticipated in any way.
I know.
How do we know this? We sent out a poll. Every year, our team sends out a very detailed poll, and people are nice enough to take 10 or 20 minutes out of their lives and send it back. Most members.
Excuse me.
So I don't know if, well, Jill's going to talk all about it. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free. And if you're already a member, please join us on Discord.
Okay, Deanna wrote, "Hi. Thought I would post here seeking inspiration. I signed for Land Academy in September 2020. I sent out maybe 2,000 to 2,500 mailers / offers thus far. I had quite a bit of callbacks and sellers who were interested. I've not actually bought a property, for I do not necessarily have the capital to do so. I instead have a few active option contracts, and I reached out to a few investors, but to no avail on the investors. The properties I have under option have been there now for 3 to 5 months. Option's difficult because the seller wants what the seller wants, so it seems that the price is usually too high. I figure I'll go at it anyway because I'm not losing anything out of it. Now it's been 7 months, I've not made a deal, I'm feeling a little disheartened and already looking for other career paths. But I know this one can be very successful and lucrative. I assume I should send out more mailers. I'm having a hard time putting more and more money into the game, and I have yet to see any of it come back. What I'd love to hear is some advice or words of inspiration, whatever you have got that you're open to share with me. Thank you." Shucks. Okay. A couple things are going on here. Number one, you have the money, Deanna. If it's a really good deal, then someone will fund it. My thoughts are, you came in, they're not that good of deals because she said she shopped into some investors and no one was interested. So did you hit enough people? Did you put it in Land Tank? Where are we in the situation? Because if you put it in front of anyone, myself included, and it's a good deal, the money will come. No problem. So that's what I suspect. I suspect that these are a little too high, or there's something else going on that nobody jumped on them, and that you have these option agreements and they're not selling. Do you know more than I know about this?
I have an opinion, but
okay. I'm looking. You're like, I heard the exhale, and I thought, oh, what else do you know?
No, go ahead.
Okay, got it.
I know what's going on here.
Okay, what do you think it is?
She's not following through. And
That
so
could be too.
you did everything right. You proved the concept right. You joined, you learned.
Yeah.
You got the mail out. And she says, quote unquote here, quite a few callbacks and sellers who are interested. And so it's not like the mailer failed or or the business failed for you or you didn't set stuff up right. You did everything right and you got a great response. You know, and this is about, it's funny you bring all, I put this in here for a reason. We have hundreds of choices of questions and comments every week, and I choose 5. So I put this in here for a reason because Deanna's me. She's me.
Really?
That's where I stop. I got a bunch of sellers that called back. They're interested in a bunch of, and it's not that I've dropped the ball. That's where I start losing interest.
Now I got to do something.
And so that's where my business partner, Jill, comes into play. That's where she starts to have interests. She doesn't have a lot of interest in researching. I don't want to put words in your mouth here, but I don't think that you have a lot of interest in researching new markets, figuring out how to price things from a data perspective and timing it and getting it out right and structuring all that.
That would be correct, sir. You know me.
So once Deanna's got to make some choices, and she knows that.
Yeah, that's really it.
So what you need is a Jill.
Yeah, that's not bad. You know, Deanna, that's true. If you did everything right to this point, and they are priced well, and they're not that high, and you just need someone to do the back half of this business, you should be shopping for that, looking for a partner.
You got to shop these deals. You got to have long, funny, interesting conversations with potential investors. They need to
know
love
you.
you.
Yeah.
They need to not. Oh, it's Deanna on the line again. Oh, I can't wait to talk to her. She told me all about her 2 dogs last time.
Well, she's finding these great deals, but she's not taking it to the end. Well, and that's what I'm good at, kind of thing. Maybe because there are lots of people out there that are really good at talking to the sellers, posting the property for sale, and moving them. But they're afraid on the front end. They're afraid of the data. They're afraid of sending out the offers and doing what you did so far. That's not nuts.
Until recently, this is a truth time, Jack truth time. Until very recently, I believed that people, that most people were the same and that their personality types are the same, especially in this business, and that they were just putting up with stuff. So for years and years, I just put up with the back end of this business, or I hired people to deal with it. And then I met Jill and I really understood firsthand that this is her personality. She does like to do it. She wakes up and really looks forward to talking to people on the phone and closing real estate deals and making a ton of money for our family. So, and I really, it brought it home. For one of the things that we do in Career Path is we ask everybody to take a personality test in the very first session. And it's shocking to me.
How similar.
Well, there's a lot of people in Career Path that are, what's the test called?
8s.
What is it? The acronym for that test,
Enneagram.
So if you get a chance to take this test, you'll find out really quickly what you are. And Jill and I obviously are very different.
He's an 8. I'm a 7.
So this test,
the tendency to be an 8 or a 3.
This test is designed to smoke out what your interests are in life.
Yeah.
And I much to my total, I was ready to really just be satirical and not believe in this stuff. I took the test myself. We all did, and found out that there's people pretty equally, people that are on Jill's side of it and on my side of it, and it manifests itself a little bit differently. And so I'm fascinated in that. That opened up, when I fully realized that, this is not probably a few months ago, when I realized that that's the case, that people weren't just faking it.
Right.
They weren't all data people like me that just had to put up with the sale part. Right. That just makes the world a beautiful, better place to make a lot of money. And you can get a group of people together that are different Enneagram numbers and truly interested and ambitious in pursuing whatever their number is, like Jill and like me. You can make some money.
Yep.
Happily, too.
So I'm going to end. Don't give up, Deanna. You need to get some money going. You've got some deals there. We've coached people and talked to them and found deals like things they passed on. I'm like, why didn't you buy that? I didn't think it was that good. Yeah, it is that good. You need to act on that. So keep doing what you're doing. Reach out to people and pick your best ones, Deanna, and put them in front of me. Send them to somebody for deal funding. Let's just get over this hurdle. Get you moving in the right direction, get some money coming back into your account, and we'll figure out all the rest.
Yeah, there's 2 people in Career Path that are...
Are they reaching out?
Well, they have this story, the same story. We sent this mail out. There's 20 signed agreements in there. There's no deals.
Oh.
How is that possible?
Yeah, let's think about that for a minute here, everyone.
And they say things like, well, how many caller IDs did you get where they just didn't answer it? And they,
There's that too.
Well, we got 14 or 15 of those. In fact, we got 3 of those yesterday. Those are all deals.
Call them back.
You got to work those deals on the back end really hard. Make them fall in love with you, and buy their real estate.
Exactly.
So there's a huge component to all that.
It's true.
Today's topic is Joe Friday. How 1/3 of our members have quit their jobs. This is the meat of the show.
This surprised me. Didn't it surprise you? I guess it did and it didn't. I knew it was going on, but I didn't know it was this solid of a number. I love it. This is just one of the things that I knew would happen at Land Academy. I thought we'd be just teaching people our business A, B, right? Making their businesses better, teaching them how to buy properties better, things like that. But now what it's turned into, really putting food on the table. It's amazing. I remember a couple years ago when the first person said, wow, I got laid off And if I had not started Land Academy, I don't know what I would have done. And then it was so great because then later on, as time went on and the guy got his job offer back, he's like, now I'm scratching my head going, do I even want to go back? It's like, now I know what's possible. I'm actually doing better and, and making more money. And I've got a great life right now, calling the shots myself. I'm not sure I am going back. It's the greatest thing.
Well, we've inadvertently created a culture,
Yeah.
like a Land Academy type culture where people are quitting their jobs and becoming lifelong friends with, member to member.
Partners.
This question that Deanna wrote here is a perfect example. Like she just needs for the puzzle to be completed.
Right.
She's right on her way. And so, yeah, when 1/3 of the people who join quit their jobs or their spouses quit their jobs, that's a pretty powerful statement, and it's not anything we shot for.
Didn't you read that the day? It was so cool. We were on somebody else's show, and it was live streaming. And at the end of it, was it Dan?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan posted a comment. Dan, I missed the end of the comment, but Stephen told me about it later, which how cool it was about what you've been able to do for your family because of this. And it just makes me so happy. It is so great. So I want to say, too, congratulations, because to all of you who are in this situation, hey, there's a lot of moving parts here. I was on a talk the other day and talking to other female investors. And there were new people in there wanting to be at our level. And we were all talking, and it's really easy for us to talk, and it all sounds so easy and fun and glamorous or whatever you want to. I don't know if glamorous is the right term, but I said, hey, for everybody who's listening to this right now, you need to know there's a lot of moving parts to this, like Deanna's dealing with. She got the front end figured out. Now we got to get the back end figured out. There's a lot of moving parts, and this is not for everyone. So but for those of you that did stick with it, stay with it, figure it out, overcome whatever obstacle you had to do, and now you're one of these people, I'm so happy for you, and congratulations to you. I love it. What else you want to add?
There's over now, I think it's probably 6 full years of instructing at Land Academy. Mm-hmm. I'm still surprised. I learned more about what to say and how to instruct in Land Academy by talking to people that have nothing to do with it, that just want to know, hey, what do you do for a living, and why do you live in that big house at the end of the block? Quite honestly, that's what happens. And I say we have this, we buy and sell land, and we have this education product and on, and they say, so what happens? And I say, well, you send out a bunch of mail. And I'd go through the 30-second elevator pitch on it, and the very substantial number of people will come back and say stuff. And these are well-off people. These are not people who are. I'm not selling anything. I'm just describing it to like a neighbor. How you talk to a neighbor,
right?
And they say, well, why would anyone want to quit their job? And that always just floors me. And so if you don't have any interest in quitting your job and you love your job, Land Academy is not for you.
Well, hold on a moment. Let me just back up here. There's a plenty of other people who are here because they just want to do it to pay for their vacation home.
All right.
They want to be here to pay for their kids' college education. They want to be here to set up their child with a career. There's lots of other people that are in Land Academy that maybe they're teachers, maybe they're full-time regular professors at a university or something. I don't know. And they just love teaching, and they're happy with that. They don't want to change it. However, this is great on the side, and they love doing it, whatever level they want to do it. We have people that are full-on retired,
That
done.
Makes sense to me.
Paid for.
Tons of retirees.
But they're bored, right? Or they just have the time, or they're setting up their family to make them even more successful when, down the road. So they jump into this.
Honestly, I don't think we're narrowing our opportunity here as for creating Land Academy partners for ourselves. I don't think that's what I'm doing. What I'm doing is telling the truth.
Yeah.
There's a pretty serious profile of the type of Land Academy member that joins our group and stays forever.
Yeah.
And thanks us every week.
Yeah.
And that's who we're interested in having, new members. And I cannot think of a single teacher that's in this group.
Well, there could be, but we just don't know.
I'm not closing the door, Joe.
Okay.
I'm just being honest. Let's just be honest.
I don't know this, but remember the first time, I'll never forget, sitting in the old office here in Scottsdale, up the road, overlooking the lake behind me, and I did it was the new Twitter live streaming thing. It started with a P. I can't remember what it's called now. Do you remember that? Periscope. I got on Periscope and I was like all nervous. And on Periscope, you're asking me some questions, you're interviewing me. And I read a letter, a handwritten, folded, sweet little thank you note that someone had written us. And it was, early on in Land Academy days. And I will never forget the first time hearing this person heartfelt telling me, thank you, because of what you guys shared with us, your program, and how you lovingly shared what you guys do in your business. I learned, and now it's changed my life and changed my family. And I just remember that letter going to make me cry again. It made me cry. It was so cool. So that's the point of this for me today, too. Number one, congratulations to you. Number two, thank you for sharing with us. And number three, we're not going anywhere. And I want to help that many more of you because there's enough property to go around. We got this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yay. Happy you could join us today. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You can find us right here on the Land Academy Show.
Join us next week for another interesting episode. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
It's so good to hear this stuff. It's like it keeps us moving forward.
I never get tired of it.
I love hearing these stories, so please keep them coming. I love the notes that you guys send us.
Jill and I
emails.
never sat around and said, we should create this thing called Land Academy because we're going to change people's lives. They're going to quit their jobs and they're going to write us a thank you note.
No
that was
idea.
never, ever what we tried to do. All we tried to do is just help people understand that you can send blind offers out.
Well, people were just saying, hey, will you please teach me? And we said, sure, okay. Why not? And here we all are.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you find our content valuable, and we really do appreciate support. If you haven't already, please get on over to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, and please comment on the shows that you love.
We are Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable, and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.